You ever eat insects?
Not on purpose. Actually, I think I ate a cricket brownie once. Yeah, but I bike, so that's definitely I accidentally eat them. What about you? Have you eaten any insects?
Actually, quite a few. I've had several types of cricket. I think I've ate a grub, ant, grasshopper. I think that's about it. One was a dare. The other one was just like they were selling crickets at like a tienda, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll try them out." They weren't that bad. They're not that bad. I'll pretty much eat anything.
Kind of crunchy.
Yeah, I'll pretty much eat anything. Like I would love to go to one of those chef like weird dinners where they're cooking like tarantulas. If tarantulas are delicious, I'd give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Why not?
Dude, yeah, if someone's got a vision, like why not? And got some good seasoning and awesome. Maybe some butter, oil.
Yeah, I think I have $1 million idea too, like for the gym bros out there. So grizzly bear, they were, John, actually you need to Google this because I could be talking out of my ass here, but I think I'm correct. They were finding grizzly bears at like an alpine level in these scree fields. And like, what the fuck are these bears doing up here? And they were eating moths. They were just eating moths, and they were packed with protein. So lifter in me is like, you know what if I made some like weird moth protein powder and I got huge, like, bears eat it. Why don't I don't even, it probably tasted disgusting, but if someone out there is listening to this and you want to try that, you heard it here first. It was a thought of mine. I do not know. You could have a moth farm. Maybe you make money. I don't know. It's probably going to be gross though. But that was one thing that I thought was weird. These bears, I think it was in the Yellowstone or something. They were eating a bunch of moths. They just spent days up there gorging.
Is the Miller moths they like. There's these big, I don't know if sometime in summer or maybe early fall, there's these big migrations that come through. And I guess they're very juicy moths and really delicious. And I've seen the numbers on that too for how many moths those bears would eat and how many calories they'd get from it. It was impressive.
How many, like off the top of your, I mean, obviously it'll probably be incorrect, but like ballpark figure, how many moths are these bears eating? Or like one bear?
I mean, certainly hundreds. I don't know if it was in the thousands, but just like gorging,
Miller moths.
Impressive.
So that now we have a speech, John, write that down in the RMP expansion plan. So Miller moth protein formulation. You want in on this?
You can start the marketing now.
You want in on this?
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's gonna help.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll help your biking, like for sure. You'll be able to build muscle faster. It's gonna be great. I think it's a great idea.
Totally good. And I mean, we could even find out, like, does it taste different with Wolbachia or not? No. You're like, no.
Now you freaked me out. Now I'm worried about getting it. Some sort of Wolbachia mad cow. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm out. I'm out now. There's a large chance that 50% of those moths would have Wolbachia. But I mean, if we cook it, I think we'd be all right?
I think so.
How do you kill Wolbachia?
That's a good question. Oh, tetracycline.
Oh shit! Like a massive antibiotic. You're not making me feel good about this. If you're freaking, anything, I'm sure heat will kill it, right?
Heat would kill it. Yeah, that would. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back in the clear. Just don't eat raw insects, folks. I'm honestly freaked out now. Like I kind of am.
Well, but I mean, you've probably seen the numbers, like how many insects that we just eat. Like if we eat any fresh foods, they're just on like whatever produce. So, I mean, we've all been eating insects and Wolbachia to some degree.
I don't know the numbers. Enlighten me, please. How many insects? I don't know this.
I think it's like you eat hundreds or thousands a year, just because they're so small and you can't rinse them off. Unless, even if you do rinse off fastidiously, you could still have some insects in there, or in prepared foods that maybe weren't rinsed as well. I'm sorry. But it's a good protein source. So you've been giving yourself a protein shake each time you ate produce.
I'm dialed in. I'm not scared. What's up, John?
So according to Insider, there is a study that says that humans eat on average 140,000 bugs every year. It's not like you're intending to eat a cricket. It's just they're like bits and pieces of them are in chocolate, coffee, and flour, and just different kinds of processed food.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. I'm learning a lot today. This has been really enlightening. We eat about 140,000 insects. Wolbachia is in 50% of the insects that are on the planet, and it causes speciation. So I had no idea that this was even going on. Like, that's another thing that fascinates me. It's why I love doing this show. It's like you just learn there are so many different types of worlds, so many different types of people out there looking into things that you don't even think about. And it's amazing. It is truly shocking that like this has been going on for millennia and I have no idea. And it drives me nuts because it just makes me wonder how much I don't know. That's what fascinates me. Like you think you kind of have it all figured out. We're everyone's paying attention to what's going on in politics and on social media. And like, there's just this giant world out there that we have no fucking idea about. We've no clue. And that's just on this planet. That don't even get me started on what's going on out there, like, and what kind of weird biological functions are happening in space. Is there like a space that's where I'd be if there's some sort of space biology dog. I am there's definitely not, because we don't know of any other.
Or a badger.
Tardigrades can survive. There's evidence of tardigrades surviving.
100%. That's why they're my favorite animals, because they can. I mean, that kind of helps my theory of panspermia.
Oh, is that what? They're your favorite animal in the last hour?
Well, listen, I thought they were micro. I said that they were micro. Or John, don't get snappy with me, bro. Don't you dare.
Hey, organisms are not animals.
Listen,
animals is his own kingdom.
Okay, well, listen, I deal in general. He got me, folks. He fucking got me. You got him. Good job. Got him. I have to fight you after the show, but no, I was just I it's fascinating, and I really appreciate like what you're doing and the work that you've done. Like it's pretty amazing, and I'm definitely going to continue to follow this.
It's fun. And do you want to hear the weirdest thing?
Please.
Just learned this a few years ago.
Please.
Yeah. So we've been talking all about Wolbachia that causes these reproductive barriers that can lead to speciation. Turns out that it's probably not actually Wolbachia, but it's a virus that lives inside of Wolbachia that actually is causing all this.
What is this virus?
It's called Wolbachia WO phage.
Phage.
It's a phage.
So I have a question. Is that type of virus then, is that in the same kind of class as the parasitic viruses that can infect some insects and actually like kill them and then control their bodies?
Yeah, what's up with
stuff?
that? Like, thank you, John.
Yeah, like ants and grasshoppers.
That's a fungus. Actually, that one is a fungus. The virus is, so bacteria can have viruses just like we can. So Wolbachia is a bacteria, so it can have viruses. So it's not like the zombie one, unfortunately, though that would be cool. But it's doing something super creepy either way, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
What is that virus that like takes over? Like, I think they found it in ants. They found it in grasshoppers. It's like that. And how there's like a bunch of those viruses that are the zombie viruses in the insect world. What
fungus?
Fungus. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. Cordyopsis, something like that. Yeah. That's a mouthful there. In the chat.
You're the scientist. Yeah. I'm not going to attempt to read that.
But yeah, that's a big one. Zombie fungus, for short.
We'll put that in the show note. We'll put that in the show notes. People, the good people can.
I think it's Ophiocordyceps unilateralis.
I can do that one.
Yeah, unilateralis.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, Ophiocordyceps unilateralis.
Yeah.
Fungus.
Exactly.
I think Cordyopsis is
AKA
the kind of
group
that can do that. Yeah, those are weird. Those are yeah, I like all that stuff that's unseen that you're like, whoa, I can't believe that. Like, and I think like microbiology kind of, for some people, it goes one way or the other. It's either like, wow, that's fascinating and that was happening and I'm okay and the world is, still going. And then there's the like, oh my God, that's creepy. Like, get me out. Like this, I want all the antibacterial. I want all that stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
I think I fall into the camp of that's creepy. I mean, I interviewed someone that slices brains in half and studies them, and I was horrified the entire podcast.
Only time I've ever seen Rick like potentially like throw up or be like sickened. Like it didn't bother me. I used to watch autopsy videos as a kid, but that like
I can't do it.
He couldn't handle it.
It's so gross to me. That used to be a human being. Like I couldn't do it. I mean, I'm fine dissecting.
Have you ever been to an open casket
and I think that there's
before?
on the.
I mean, there's really no difference.
Yes, there. You're holding someone's brain, like you've removed it from the skull. That's completely different than like seeing a dead body. Like I think that I've definitely been to I've been to viewings. That doesn't bother me at all.
Well,
I mean, it's a little creepy, but it doesn't. I feel like it's part of life. But like to if I couldn't be a surgeon, like to pull open a heart, I could do that in animals. That's fine, but people, that's where I'm just you lose me, dog. Can't do it.
Yeah, and I never liked any of the dissection stuff. I taught how to dissect a sheep eyeball once, and it was terrifying. I was like, oh God,
see,
gross.
Yeah, that's a little bit too. Yeah. I don't want to dissect a sheep eyeball. Like I could pull it out.
I bounced out of fish and wildlife science before I got to do necropsy. So.
That's gross. Well,